Thank you for watching Ben Television. The program is You Decide. I'm so glad you are watching. And we've got so many things lined up for you today. What a day that Joe Biden is being ordained, if you are a Christian, or being consecrated, or whatever you want to say. Today is the day, is the 28th of January, and we're going to say what we want to say today. And of course, so many things are happening all over the world we will still touch on. I'm so glad that my colleagues are here. My name is Segun Johnson. I have in the house, as usual, our in-house researcher, Nat Iyakwo. Nat, you are welcome to this excellent day.
Thank you very much, and good morning, all.
Also, we have our own in-house analyst, Mazi Gosin Azu. Azu, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Doctor. Good morning, everyone. And I welcome you with a cup of coffee from Africa, drank here in the UK. Bless you.
Well. We're not used to virtual coffee, are we? But then let's get to business. It is good news that the R rate in the United Kingdom is coming down. That is, there are less and less people infected, even though the number of the deaths are not is not encouraging, still above 1,000. But more importantly is that we want to say something about vaccination. I think the British government is not very happy that the BME, the Black and Minority Ethnic Groups, they tend not to be taking the vaccination. I mean, they think something is wrong with this vaccine. And so we want to come out in the open to say if there's anything wrong with being vaccinated, let's discuss it, because if you can take medication, if you can take injection, then what is wrong with this vaccine? Or if you think anything is wrong, why don't you email us, nigeriansdecide@yahoo.com, and or you can even write on the YouTube. We are sure to read it out. But will you be taking the vaccine or not? Nat, what is the latest concerning this vaccination in the United Kingdom? Or let me rephrase that question. What is going on?
Okay, thank you very much. As you have said, it looks the spread is being contained because there's an improvement of 0.06 on the rate of infection. Those who are already infected, or some already in hospital, most likely are the ones still dying. But with the introduction of the vaccination or the vaccine, it looks that COVID-19 is being captured or is being controlled. But vaccine has also brought in its own controversies. As you have said, the BME group, the ethnic minorities, are reluctant in accepting the jab for individual reasons, group reasons, conspiracy theories, and so many things have been taken into consideration. Because the government is not communicating with everybody. It looks more of a press or print and electronic media exercise. But everybody needs to know exactly what is going on. Is government coming out clean? Is government telling the truth and nothing but the truth? Because there have been instances or theories of some people have been vaccinated and they got the virus, they proved positive. Some have died, some have fallen sick. So many other things are happening, but the government is just telling us the positive side and not the negative. And again, it seems that the UK government overstated the potency and efficacy of the Pfizer and biotech vaccine. Studies have proved, there was a study, a sample of 200,000 people were studied, those who received the vaccine and those who did not. I seem that the first 14 days, there is no difference between those who received and those who did not. 14 days, that is or 2 solid weeks. And the studies also noticed that there is a drop. There is a drop in what the government is claiming is the potency or the efficacy. There is a 33% drop. So bringing it to around 70 or so instead of the 97 that was claimed. And so there are issues, matters arising from this vaccination exercise, and the government has a lot to do. The government, the faith groups, all other groups that think they wouldn't take the vaccine.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I call on Godson to react to that issue, there's a video of the wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Obiano, who went to the United States and was given a jab, and it has caused controversy. In essence, she was trying to encourage Nigerians to take the jab. She had traveled to the US to take the jab, but people are complaining that why should the wife of the governor be given such a preferential treatment to go to the US to take the jab, while the majority of Nigerians are still staying in Nigeria. But she was saying, look, this is a publicity for Nigerians to take the jab when it comes. We want to know what you think about this. Let's put on that video and see. We want to hear your reaction. You watch this.
Yeah, Excellency, what are we doing today?
We're here now for me to take the COVID-19 shots.
Okay.
Still waiting in the car for them to order and talk to me later. Oh.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can I get your QR code, please?
Okay.
And your name, ma'am?
Ebele Chukwu Obiano.
And your date of birth?
October the 7th, 1962.
Alright, Miss Obiano. Are we going to do this on your left arm or your right arm?
My right arm.
Your right arm?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, the nurse will be right over with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're going to get the Moderna.
Okay, the Madonna. Oh, wonderful.
Dose number 1. You'll be getting an email.
Okay.
And your second dose is on the 28th day, which is February the 13th. You'll be getting an email, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you read it right because the location is going to change.
Okay.
We're not going to be here next week, and maybe never. We'll just travel.
Okay.
Okay? When you go home,
Yes, ma'am.
and put your name, okay?
Okay.
Bring this back in
On the
February.
okay.
Okay?
All
I'm
right.
going to ask you 4 questions.
Okay.
Are you allergic to vaccines? Anaphylactic shock is third shot.
No, I don't have problems with shots.
Okay. Have you tested positive for the COVID?
No.
Okay. Any fever in the last 48?
No fever.
Any blood, something?
No.
Blood thinners.
Yeah, I
Like
do take blood. I do take 1 a day aspirin.
Okay, that's fine. You want it on your left?
On my right arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I usually do it on the other side. And I got
Okay, right now, Her Excellency is about to
How
take
do you
the
do with vaccines?
vaccine here in Houston,
Okay.
Texas.
Yeah, I do okay.
Yeah, she's about to take it right now.
Okay, now, relax, relax, relax.
Here she goes. Here she goes.
Is he teasing you?
No.
He knows better, huh?
Oh my Lord.
Okay, you have to wait 15 minutes.
Okay.
The gentleman up front, I can't see him. He'll direct you, but you're going to wait 15 minutes.
Okay.
If you do not get any side effects from the vaccine, you can leave.
Okay.
If for any reason you start getting hives or rash or whatever, you honk your horn. The ambulance people are there and they'll come and assess you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That's it.
Alrighty.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Yeah, yes,
So
Nancy.
I just have my COVID-19
Yeah,
vaccine now,
yeah.
and I'm going to wait for 15 minutes.
Okay.
If I don't have any reactions,
Yeah.
then we're free to go. But if I do, they do have an ambulance here
Yeah.
that can, take me to wherever. So that's it. People, I would like to get my mask off for a very short while. I have to wind up before I get my mask off. Oh, the glass is controlled in front, but it's okay. This is necessary. This is necessary. When there is a war, you will not, because of, the bullet catching you,
Yes, sir.
and stop and refuse not to go to war. You have to go, you have to fight, you have to survive. This is a war. We have to take the vaccine because we
Okay.
want to survive. God bless the whole world.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
what advice do you have? Because there's so many rumors going around concerning this vaccine. So many people are afraid of taking this vaccine. A lot of stories going on that when you take the vaccine, a lot of things that some guys said you're going to die, you're going to do this. They advise people not to take the vaccine. So what do you have to tell people about this vaccine you just taking right now?
Coronavirus is real. Coronavirus is killing people. We have to take this vaccine. This vaccine will save us.
Okay.
With God's help, by His grace, it will save us.
Okay, man.
It will not harm us in any way or manner. God is on the throne. He's in charge of everything, including medicine. God will see us through. I advise people to take this vaccine. It took us a lot of effort. It took my daughter, Dr. Getchubi, a lot of effort to get me booked for this vaccine.
Yes, ma'am.
And thankfully, I'm able to get it.
Okay.
With what we went through to enter here, I had to show them my barcode,
Yeah.
options time. I
Yeah.
was showing everybody
Yeah.
the code so that this is the barcode.
Okay.
They always highlight this. Once you have it, then you can enter.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
don't have it, you will not get access.
Okay.
So that is it. This will help us. It will not kill us. I guarantee you, by God's grace. Everything is in the hands of God. Even the food we eat has some dangerous effects, but God has always saved us, and He will continue to save us.
Okay.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. So when do you think this vaccine will finally get to Anambra State, Nigeria?
Nobody knows. You can see that it's even very scarce here in the United States. We've been trying to get one for my husband. It has proved abortive, but hopefully we should be able to get next week, because the new administration has vowed to ensure that they make it, within people's reach, and we're believing God that it will be there in a large supply.
Okay.
And the federal government of Nigeria might also work with Pfizer or Moderna. By the way, I took that of Moderna.
Madonna?
Yeah, is it Moderna? Let me make sure.
Yeah, that's Moderna.
Yeah, Moderna or whatever. That's the one they gave me. So I'm going to take the second shot on the 13th of February. That's
Okay.
what I'm told.
Okay.
So we're still waiting for 15 minutes to see what effect.
Okay.
By His grace, there will not be a negative effect.
So finally, right now in Anambra State, you have not taken off in Anambra State.
No, there's nothing like vaccine in Nigeria.
Okay.
Not talk less of Anambra State.
Okay. So are you saying that it's not going to get to Anambra State or Nigeria?
It definitely will get to Anambra State. We'll begin to ask questions how we can get it to move to our people. And if we can source it from here, that would be wonderful. But I think the federal government is already working with Pfizer to ensure that we get in Nigeria, so that people can begin to take their own shots to stay alive. Take this vaccine to stay alive by God's grace. The vaccine will work. God will make it keep you alive.
Okay, so the assurance you're giving us in Anambra that it's definitely get to Nigeria, Anambra State.
It certainly will. We want the lives of our people. We want people to live. It's human beings that we're there to govern. So we will work hard to ensure that it gets to Anambra State, Nigeria.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless.
Well. Godson, as you have listened to it all, before I put any coloration, what's your impression of that video?
Thank you very much, Doc. My initial impression when I saw that video a couple of days ago is like, this is the publicity stunt, though not very, very significant to its real purpose.
Why?
Reason being that as a top public servant or wife of a top public servant, I would have expected that she and every other persons that have that high public political presence or position in Nigeria should stay back, fight for this vaccine to get to Nigeria, get the tested vaccine done in Nigeria, in the presence of Nigerians, and assure them right there in Nigeria that what we have in Nigeria is good for Nigerians. Going all the way to the United States is an art of showing affluence and showing class limitations to Nigerians. Simply letting Nigerians know that if you can afford it, whether you once lived, I know she once lived in the US with her husband. They have their children in the US, but not many people, not up to 1.2% Nigerians have that opportunity she had. And if those who had it, not many of them can travel at this moment.
But what if you look at it, sorry to cut in, what if you look at it from the angle of being educative? She educated many Nigerians through that video, showed them how it will be done. She stayed in her car. She got the jab in front of everyone. There was no reaction. So quelling all the rumors that this jab will make you jump up, will make you fall down. And she managed to take away all the rumors. And
I think is an act that is done in personal good purpose, but for the wrong publicity of it. I would have expected such a person to have, at least she has about 2 or 3 kids in the United States, and they have access to take this vaccine. They are all blacks.
Yeah.
He should have just said her daughter, who is a medical doctor also, should have just gone for this publicity stunt as the daughter of the governor of Anambra State, living in the United States, taking a jab and showing off that. And then the parents will be home, expecting that one day the jab will come to Nigeria, and then we'll have it also in Nigeria. What I mean is,
she could have taken it without.
You take what you are prescribing to the people, right there also in the presence of the people, and getting the people assured that what you have taken is the same thing that they are going to be given. You don't come to the United States, take the jab in the United States, and you are going back home to assure Nigerians that the same jab you took in the United States is the same. This is the fear. This is the conspiracy theory that is going on. Remember, Atiku also went to Dubai to take his own jab. And people are asking,
Yeah.
why are these people running outside to take jabs outside? And they come back home preaching to Nigerians that the jab is coming for you. Why not all of us live and survive and wait for that jab that is coming to Nigeria? You cannot see Boris Johnson leave. Boris Johnson did not leave Britain to go and take a jab in Russia or America before the jab that came out, the vaccine that came out and declared by him in the United Kingdom. No prominent British man went anywhere to take a jab outside the United Kingdom until the
By the way, hold it there. At no point the Mrs. Obiano contested for any election position in any elective position in Nigeria. She's just the wife of a governor, and she has the right to take a jab anywhere. And she decided to make a video out of it. She has that right, especially at the time rumors are going on that this jab is they are fake, they are anti-Africans, and she's trying to tell us that we should take it. I see it from that angle that she's doing something good. I mean, she has not been elected into she's the wife of the governor. She's not being paid to be the wife of the governor. And yet we have a problem. Let me ask you a particular question before I ask.
I disagree with that theory.
Yes, you can disagree with me. What do you see to the diasporans living in the West, especially in the United Kingdom, that say they may not take the jab because of maybe religious reason, maybe cultural reason? What message will you pass on to them?
My message simply is the jab is like any other jab that has ever existed. The polio jab, the chickenpox jab, the what do you call it? Every other jabs or vaccines that have been produced over the last decades. It's also the same. The jabs are just it's for prevention purpose. It's not jab is not it cannot prevent you from. It's not to make you live. Jab is not for you to live. It's not for you to survive.
Forever.
Jab is just to prevent you from falling sick and getting ill and whatever of any virus issues. You understand? The factor here is that, like Madam Obialo said, that you take the jab and live. No, you can take the jab and die. Death comes in so many ways. People die in so many things, and they just record them on COVID name or record them on AIDS, record them on whatever. But the fact is that the simple thing is, those who have the body compatibility to have a jab should go and take the jab. Leave these theories of Christianity, spirituality, and all those on. Leave all those things. These people never saw COVID coming. But yeah, those who did not believe in spirituality saw COVID coming, and they started making real money from it. Why are they now coming?
Let me ask you another question.
We have a very good
job yourself.
I would
Mazi,
say
will you be
when it comes to my turn.
Let me ask Nat, will you be taking this job?
No, I will not be taking the job.
Okay. Why will you not take it?
Well, because nobody is sure yet, and we are not being told the whole truth about this jab thing, COVID-19 jab thing. The studies are still on. Research is still on to identify the virus called COVID-19, and its characteristics and other details have not been identified. And the rush in which the vaccine was rushed into circulation is being questioned. A quality vaccine is not produced in 3 months or 6 months or even 1 year. So, and these vaccines also, depending now on, Pfizer has a vaccine that have different characteristics from that of Oxford or the biotech vaccine. So you are not too sure exactly what you are taking and what it will do. It's not an attempt. It's not a remedy. It's not a therapy. It's just try it, or especially on human beings, and not even on other animals. Try it directly on human beings. We are not sure. And from what some of the stories we are picking, they could be true or not true. That some people have taken this jab and they died. They became positive to with coronavirus 19. And so which one do we believe, and what is the right action? The only thing is that this is a personal decision everybody has to take. When I mean everybody, 18 and above, you have the responsibility to decide what is good and what is bad to you as an individual. But again, this should be a quality decision made by individuals. And when you make a quality decision, you weigh the advantages and disadvantages. For everything, there are consequences.
I do disagree with this issue of people coming up with all these various social media theories, social media publicity stunts, social media storytellings. None has been really clear to everybody's eye. The fact here remains. COVID has killed over 1 million plus in the last 6 months.
All over the world.
All over the world. And if a vaccine is rolling out and the vaccine in 6 months' time does not kill 1 million people, then the vaccine is working. That is the only
we are nearing 100,000
of the vaccine. If in the UK today there is a record that over 2.5 million people has taken the vaccine in the UK, and there is no record of up to 100,000 dead taking that vaccine, and the vaccine is working. Unless the doctors, the real doctors working, say that people took the vaccine and died, and the number of deaths through the vaccine is 100,000, then WHO will wake up. Every other person will wake up. But as long as there's no figure telling you that out of the 2.5 million that have taken the vaccine in the UK, 100,000, that is a relative figure, 100,000 has died of the vaccine, then every other story is a junk. Until we get that figure, nothing changes.
Hold it. That's what you say to that.
The thing is that even within the medical sciences, even the UK, the doctors are divided. They are divided because it now seems since last year or so, every death in the hospital is COVID, which is not true. Some of the doctors have come out to say that is not true. It can't be that every other disease, sickness, or death now is COVID. It cannot be. Right. This is the season. Flu is equally a pandemic in the Western world. And
of course. I am going to take the flu jab next week. I know the flu. Everybody
Are you going to film it for us? Are you going to film it for us?
Flu jab, not COVID. The flu jab. I'm going for the flu jab.
Are you going to film the jab?
I even think that some people are filming flu jab as COVID and showing people that they are taking COVID. So we have to be very careful. Some people are taking flu jab and claiming it's COVID.
Thank you, gentlemen. If you are free to write us throughout this program, and we are sure to read it out. Nigerians Decide at yahoo.com, or comment on our YouTube. Then we will read your opinion. Are you going to take the jab? If no, then why are you not taking it? Let me assure you, next week we'll be bringing experts to tell us why we need to take it. You decide. At the end of the day, we will bring people who will tell you to take it, and you decide. We have made up our mind to publicize the issue of this vaccination so that the BME does not lose out of it. The vaccine, in my opinion, is a good thing. And if you are in doubt whether you should take it, please take a quality advice from your doctors before making up your mind, because we want you to stay alive. If for any reason, cultural, medical reason, you don't want to take the vaccine, spiritual reason, why don't you visit your GP first? You have a good discussion, and then your opinion will be well formed. Your decision will be based on quality opinion. So it's very important that you take a quality decision. At the end of the day, you decide. We're going on a break. When we return, we shall be going straight to the United States of America, where the Joseph of the Bible, he is being sworn in today as the 46th president. Sorry, did I say of the Bible? Sorry, of the United States. We're being sworn in as the 46th president, and Kamala Harris making history today. Well, let's return from this break. Don't go away.
Ben TV, your ethnic and Africa-led television, welcomes your input, contribution, and support to facilitate our continuous program production, campaign for projects, and other media-related services. We have been here for closer to 2 decades.
Welcome back to Ben Television. The program is You Decide. We give you information, we give you facts, we give you analysis, but you decide. And I'm so glad my colleagues are still here, Mazi Gosinazu and Nat Iyako. We want to go quickly to the United States. I watched yesterday how the president-elect and the vice president-elect, how they did a memorial for the 400,000 who have died. And today we understand that Joe Biden and Donald Trump, they are sleeping 100 yards apart, where Joe Biden was staying last night, just 100 yards apart, but they will not be meeting one another. Later today, Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th president of the United States, and Kamala Harris will be making history as the first woman vice president of the US, and also as African American. And she is so lovely. I mean, she is so sweet in most of the things she's been getting right. And Joe Biden, Delaware speech of yesterday was moving. He was crying as he was waving bye-bye to his fellow Delawareans. And it's a great momentous occasion in the United States. But why is the whole world so much involved in this swearing in ceremony? Why is the whole world? One reason, number one, America is still the one superpower that you cannot just push behind the border. Number two is the center and excellence of democracy. And so if democracy should be torn apart in the United States, then it will have challenges in other parts of the world. And so it is very important. But then it appears that democracy through United States lenses is being torn apart, with the supremacists coming out to say that the mandate was stolen from Trump. Well, the question is not whether it was stolen or not, because 61 out of 62 cases decided in the judiciary of United States that nothing was stolen, that Donald Trump lost the election. Before we go into the nitty-gritty, let me ask our in-house researcher to bring us up to date what we should expect today in the Washington, D.C. capital of the United States. Nat, are you still with me? What are we to
Yes.
expect today?
What we expect in the next few hours, 11:30 USA time, 5:30 GMT. We're expecting that Donald Trump will leave the White House in DC and go to St. Andrews military base, where the presidential jet one will take him to Florida La Liga Resource Center owned by Donald Trump. And the ceremony, the formal inauguration of the 46th president will commence around that time, 11:30 a.m. U.S. time. So that is where the attention is. People have been on the edge. Will Donald Trump finally go quietly? Is he not going to cause more havoc? Is he not going to cause more challenges to the democracy of the United States of America? And his last working day in office, he pardoned 143 people. Some were committed to life imprisonment. Some have been pardoned completely. So this is where the United States of America is at the moment. Everybody is still waiting. And we also learned that among the National Guard who will have been at the inauguration providing security, I think 14 of them or thereabout have been removed from that particular job because of their connection with the extremists.
Okay. And Mazi, what is your immediate reaction to the fortress situation we are seeing in Washington, D.C.?
Well, thank you very much. I think the situation is inevitable at the moment. The circumstances surrounding the whole process of the post-election crisis has just led to all that we're seeing at the moment. But I have always maintained the position that irrespective of whatever the Trump administration is insisting upon, and the revolts reactions of its supporters and followers, it wouldn't stop the process of democratic conciliation taking place with regards to American political strength and institution. And as such, I have always believed that Biden will be sworn in, Trump will leave, all the whole political shenanigans will come to an end, and then we'll come to reality in the coming years with regards to the continuous polarization of American politics. This has never been a new incident. American politics has been bewildered by the two divide, the ideological two divides, and in cases depends on the individual personalities that drive these two divide ideological strands.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Look at the party, the right and the left.
Why do you think Trump, Mazi, hold on a second. Why do you think Trump put the whole nation into a knife edge with all these refusal and reportal of Joe Biden's victory. Why is he not congratulating him? I know it is difficult to lose an election. It is hard. It is, but I think he has taken it to an extreme. Why do you think he has taken it to this extreme? Is it that he's not matured enough, or he is just behaving like a baby that whose cake was taken for his mouth? Why? What is the any reason for his behavior?
Well, I think his behavior is resonant to his personality. I mean, if somebody could remember one time ago when his mother was interviewed, and his mother said that Donald Trump is not going to be a very good leader of the nation, and whoever gives him that opportunity is she will be highly disappointed, or the country will be highly disappointed, and that has shown in his character in terms of his principles of governance. And when you look at him as an individual, he hasn't got that quality of a politically minded leader, and he's one of the only American president in modern history that never got tutored in American politics. He never went through the process of politics to get to be the president.
Yeah, he just came from
he just jumped
business
into
world.
business and and he is the only one. Look from the era of JF Kennedy to date. He's the only one that has never been a state congressperson, a national congressperson. He has never been a minister. He has never been a secretary of state. He has never served in any political office of any kind in the United States, and just became a president. And I saw it lack the understanding of how to play the political diplomacy of leadership.
Okay.
And so secondly, again, one of the issues that brought in his mind is this ongoing conspiracy theory of election rigging with external factors. So he's building his theories based on the fact that the coronavirus is an element of the Chinese factor to weaken the American economy, weaken his presidency, and interfere in the forthcoming election. And as such as he was being bewildered with the Russian intervention during the election between himself and Hillary Clinton, he is also looking at the eventuality of an external link between China's rogue states intervention on American elections. So he has these two weakened elements of his personality and his view. His view.
All right. Let me ask now. To what extent do you think Trump has brought the United States to a ridicule that the whole world is laughing at the democracy of the United States? To what extent? What are the Boris Johnson said what was going on the 6th of January was disgraceful. Macron of France said it was this is shocking and not America. The same thing, Angela Merkel. To what extent do you think this guy has brought the United States to the floor? But before you say anything, let me show you the picture of Museveni of Uganda, who has just been elected for the 6th term. He has spent 35 years and he has been re-elected for another 5 years. He's 76 years old. He'll be 81. But look at this picture. Look at what he said. People were saying he rigged the election, especially his opponent, Bobby Wine. They said he rigged the election, but look at the joke. He said, don't be like Trump. Bring credible evidence of rigging. Uganda President Museveni tells opposition. So that is the kind of thing we now see that it's been a joke. And to those of us who are political analysts, we've always been skeptical that the African leaders will use this occasion of America downgrading of democracy. Now it has started even before we finish saying it. Nat, what do you say?
Well, the damage or the harm Donald Trump has done to United States of America and to democracy cannot be overemphasized. Even as events unfold, there are still some surprises that will spring up. Donald Trump came into politics as an individual, a business tycoon, a businessman who had the money to invest in politics. And he was running America as a sole administrator. You know, his background of reality shows, it was more of a soap opera for 4 years in United States of America. And all history books, records have shown that America has never had such a bad president at the level of governance. He was the person who wouldn't accept any advice, no wise counsel. He knew everything. He knew everything. He was the brightest, the smartest. He would tell the world when he went to school. We don't know yet, but he didn't play by the tenets of democracy. He didn't play by the Constitution of the United States of America. And for reasons for declaring that he will make America great again, has brought America to its lowest ebb in recent history. In contemporary times, America has never been to this going to hell and coming back alive, because everything Donald Trump did was centered around Donald Trump. His ego was looming large everywhere. He forgot that he wasn't still doing his Trump group business as president of America. And it is going to take America, if at all America will be able to recover, it will take many years to come back to the role of playing politics in the international arena. And what Trump tried to do was to privatize democracy in America, which other people, the rogue countries, the banana republic, and dictators all over the world are now want to use as example.
Let's listen to Donald Trump in his last farewell message to the Americans, and then we'll be able to. From there, we will shift our discussion from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. But let's listen to his farewell message and wish him well wherever he's going.
My fellow Americans, 4 years ago, we launched a great national effort to rebuild our country, to renew its spirit, and to restore the allegiance of this government to its citizens. In short, we embarked on a mission to make America great again for all Americans. As I conclude my term as the 45th President of the United States, I stand before you truly proud of what we have achieved together. We did what we came here to do, and so much more. This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous. We extend our best wishes, and we also want them to have luck, a very important word. I'd like to begin by thanking just a few of the amazing people who made our remarkable journey possible. First, let me express my overwhelming gratitude for the love and support of our spectacular First Lady, Melania. Let me also share my deepest appreciation to my daughter Ivanka, my son-in-law Jared, and to Barron, Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Lara. You fill my world with light and with joy. I also want to thank Vice President Mike Pence, his wonderful wife Karen, and the entire Pence family. Thank you as well to my Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, the dedicated members of the White House staff, and the cabinet, and all of the incredible people across our administration who poured out their heart and soul to fight for America. I also want to take a moment to thank a truly exceptional group of people, the United States Secret Service. My family and I will forever be in your debt. My profound gratitude as well to everyone in the White House Military Office, the teams of Marine One and Air Force One, every member of the armed forces, and state and local law enforcement all across our country. Most of all, I want to thank the American people. To serve as your president has been an honor beyond description. Thank you for this extraordinary privilege, and that's what it is, a great privilege and a great honor. We must never forget that while Americans will always have our disagreements, we are a nation of incredible, decent, faithful, and peace-loving citizens who all want our country to thrive and flourish and be very, very successful and good. We are a truly magnificent nation. All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny. 4 years ago, I came to Washington as the only true outsider ever to win the presidency. I had not spent my career as a politician, but as a builder looking at open skylines and imagining infinite possibilities. I ran for president because I knew there were towering new summits for America just waiting to be scaled. I knew the potential for our nation was boundless as long as we put America first. So I left behind my former life and stepped into a very difficult arena, but an arena nevertheless with all sorts of potential if properly done. America had given me so much, and I wanted to give something back. Together with millions of hardworking patriots across this land, we built the greatest political movement in the history of our country. We also built the greatest economy in the history of the world. It was about America first because we all wanted to make America great again. We restored the principle that a nation exists to serve its citizens. Our agenda was not about right or left. It wasn't about Republican or Democrat, but about the good of a nation, and that means the whole nation. With the support and prayers of the American people, we achieved more than anyone thought possible. Nobody thought we could even come close. We passed the largest package of tax cuts and reforms in American history. We slashed more job-killing regulations than any administration had ever done before. We fixed our broken trade deals, withdrew from the horrible Trans-Pacific Partnership and the impossible Paris Climate Accord, renegotiated the one-sided South Korea deal, and we replaced NAFTA with the groundbreaking USMCA. That's Mexico and Canada, a deal that's worked out very, very well. Also, and very importantly, we imposed historic and monumental tariffs on China, made a great new deal with China.
Thank you, Mr. Trump, and goodbye, Mr. Trump. You have spent 4 years, and we will leave the rest to historians to judge you. It's not my position to do any analysis of you. My position here is to welcome Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm so excited that they have won the election with the expected minimum of 270 electoral votes. They have also won it up to 306 electoral votes with 80 million majority votes. So Donald Trump was left behind, and it's so exciting, or so coincidental, should I say, that the number of electoral votes that Donald Trump used in winning Hillary Clinton is the same number that Joe Biden used in winning. So let's welcome Kamala Harris, a woman, African American, with all sorts of pedigrees. She was, of course, a senator, and then now she will be heading the Senate and giving that Senate the majority anytime there is a tie. So the Republican majority leader suddenly becomes the Republican minority leader in the Senate. And so it's going to be an exciting time in the next 4 years. Nat, do you want to welcome Joe and Kamala? What are the things we should be looking for? He told us 100 million jobs in 100 days. Is that feasible? And what other things should we be looking out for?
We are looking, or we are welcoming the 46th president of the United States of America and the vice president as individuals with distinguished careers and pedigree. Joe Biden stayed in the Senate for almost 30 years or thereabout. And before then, he had done a lot of politics in Delaware state. To also have been in the Senate for that long and to have been a vice president for 8 years with Obama, he speaks so many things. The politics in Washington, D.C., he is very, very conversant with. The politics in the Senate, especially between the Democrats and the Republicans, is vast in it. And he's known to be a team player. He knows to play and wants to carry everybody along. And so that is the 46th president of America for us. And he seems to be a liberal person. He wants wide consultation. He wants to carry everybody alone. And then he has a very rich religious background. He's a Catholic. And then the first thing he'll be doing today is he's going to a Catholic church. And he's invited Nancy Pelosi, he's invited the Senate majority leader who is going out by tomorrow or so. And he has invited other principal officers of the Capitol Hill. And so he's the person also from his background, he relates with everybody, he relates with even the downtrodden people. And because of his experience, his life, that is why he had that candle ceremony yesterday at the Lincoln Memorial. You remember that Joe Biden lost his first wife and a daughter. He also lost a son, Major Bill Biden III. And so from his background, he has this empathy, has sympathy with people who are mourning or who have gone under experienced some challenges in life. The same thing with his vice president elect. Within the next few hours will be president. Remember, she was Attorney General of California, and California happens to be one of the largest, if not the largest state in the USA. She did her job. She distinguished her job in the career of being an Attorney General. So she's coming in with a fine legal mind, with experience, and she was also in the Senate, and she was very active and participated and contributed fully to discussions on the floor of the Senate. She also has some level of administrative experience, and with her unique background, being the first woman, being African American to come to
woman vice president
America, they are coming with a lot of vast experience, which they are ready to deploy and utilize to heal America, to bring America back again together, and move the country forward.
Thank you very much. Mazi, what's your opinion about this lovely couple? I understand that the younger sister of Kamala is married to a Nigerian Igbo guy, and many Nigerians say, we are going to White House. And people say, no, hang on, You are not going to any White House. It's not Kamala. The Nigerian guy is not married to Kamala, and is the sister. And in any case, Kamala is not going to the White House. What do you think Kamala will bring to the table? How are you excited to receive this couple?
Thank you, Doc. I think one thing to start with is to first of all say that Donald Trump came and he saw and he conquered the beat he can as an American 45th president. And he did his best. And in his idea of promoting capitalism, promoting wealth creation, enriching the American few, he did what he can to promote that ideological strand in his policies, which is basically one of the strongest elements of the Republican, the GOPs, the Grand Old Party. They tend to focus on building an economic that is greater for the very few at the expense of the many. And he did that, but unfortunately, he saw the world differently from every other Republican leaders have seen the world when they were presidents, and as such misunderstood or misconceived what the world should be in relative to American foreign policy agenda.
Can I put you for a little bit? I will bring you back in a short moment, but let's pause for a little while. Then Mazi will continue his position on the America Today. We'll go on a short break now. Please don't go away.
Ben TV, your ethnic and Africa-led television, welcomes your input, contribution, and support to facilitate our continuous program production, campaign for projects, and other media-related services. We have been here for closer to 2 decades.
Welcome back. Thanks for watching Ben Television. Mazi Gosin Azu was just telling us his opinion about the American political presence right now. Mazi, I'm sorry to interrupt you the last time. Can you just tell us what we should expect from the Joe Biden's administration?
Yeah, thank you, Doc. As I was saying earlier on before the went on break, what I was saying is that while we appreciate the efforts made so far by Donald Trump to put America on the map in a different way in the world, and then leaving America in a very difficult shape at this moment politically around the world, we all know that it's a game theory. It's a game theory. And the tragedy of great powers is playing out itself again around the world. And as such, it's going to be a tough one for Joe Biden. Tough one in the sense that he has to begin to look at how he can reopen a new template, or probably reworking the template of American foreign policy. That's the most important thing for him now. How does he reinvent the liberal, open foreign policy agenda of the Democrats, which has always been that of dialogue, that of compromise, that of playing along with other world powers in order to keep a balanced position in terms of reactionary agenda on national or international issues. And at the same time, he has to also begin to rework what will be his main focal domestic policy in terms of revamping the economy beyond what Donald Trump have left behind for him, in the sense that when we look at Donald Trump foreign economic policy is about bringing back the powerhouse of financial growth to Americans, rather than outsourcing the financial powerhouse of American economy to external factors, such as the outsourcing of finished good productions to China, to Bangladesh, to Cambodia, and the rest of the other countries. But then bringing back those manufacturing elements to the United States. Unfortunately, he couldn't continue with that agenda. Now it's about how does Biden go about this whole domestic economic policy agenda in his new government in the first 100 days of his office, and how does he reshape the American foreign policy going by the soft power?
Sorry, Dr. Have you heard that the Iranian government has given a ban on Donald Trump and his very close associates, that they mustn't come to Iran, travel ban? Then they banned all their, or confiscated their properties within Iran, and that they're watching. I mean, they have said some things this morning against Donald Trump. How far are you aware, and to what extent will that be hunting Donald Trump, even while Joe Biden will be trying to mend these fences?
Well, I don't think Donald Trump is a very hard individual to deal with. I don't think he will have any remorse with whatever Iran is saying about him as an individual, as long as it doesn't have any impact on what makes out of the United States. I don't think Donald Trump will be worried by that. Donald Trump has interest in over 25 countries, serious interest, business interests in over 25 countries. So I don't think the ones he have in Iran will be the one that will cut short his financial being or his life. I'm sure if he's not going to have his few rests in Florida, he may end up in Scotland or in Ireland, where he has so he doesn't want to. I'm not sure he's going to go to Iran. But the second thing I want to put there is this: let's be very careful the way we promote Kamala Harris as an African American and trying to project her. History will always judge. You know, this also happened when Obama became president. Nigerians took over the media and thinking that Obama is a Nigerian, thinking that Obama has a link to Nigeria, and then they keep promoting African American president, blah 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 blah, until it was obviously made open that Obama's father is a Kenyan, and in all his 8 years in office, he only visited Kenya. I think only Kenya and Ghana, never came to Nigeria in his 8 years in office. Now we are falling into that trap again as Nigerians. We keep shouting, Kamala Harris is African American, Kamala Harris has a link to Nigeria, Kamala Harris, and then they forget that the fact remains, even though she is classified as African American, her father is Jamaican, her mother is Indian. And we need to understand the father has not even claimed to have a link with Africa in any way. I've not heard the father say he has a link with Africa. I don't have.
No, you are missing the point, man. You are missing the point. Listen to the point. No, listen to the point. For a long time, the African Americans in the United States have been subjugated, they have been suppressed, repressed, and now they're breaking through, not only in Obama, not only in Kamala Harris, in different spheres. They're really breaking through. Nobody expected Obama to start pumping American money to Nigeria or to Africa. No, we are glad that the African Americans are breaking through within their substructure in this world. That's what we're excited about. I'm not expecting Kamala to pump money to any part of Africa, but I'm expecting that by her own position, many African Americans will be breaking through in their various spheres of influence. For instance, when you look at Joe Biden's cabinet, there are 3 Nigerians to start with who will be taking quality decisions. When you look at different areas, corporate directors, African Americans will be breaking through. They will no longer be seen as the cleaners of these industries and factories, but people taking quality decisions. That is where the excitement is, not for Africa, but for African Americans, because we feel what they feel. What do you say?
Well, and as much as I agree in some certain point you have made, but I do disagree in other points. One is that it's a good thing that the so-called African Americans, in quote, because some of these guys, in reality, looking at history, probably has nothing to really do with Africa as a whole, as an individual. But then putting them in the color context and race context, classified as African American. I believe that we should be able to justify a sense of classifying people to certain color and race agenda in political arena when it comes to America and Britain. Most especially we Nigerians taking a run with it. When we look at those we classify as Nigerians, have anybody gone to ask them, do they have a dual nationality? Do they have a Nigerian
It doesn't matter. You see,
no,
you are missing the point. You are missing the point. It doesn't matter. What we want to see, the Nigerians are excited because 1 out of every 4 Black people is a Nigerian. And so Nigerians want to see Black men and women all over the world excelling and not suppressed. That's the point we're making. I mean, we know ourselves. We know. Wait a minute. We are strong. Anywhere we go, Nigerians are strong, and we want every African to be as strong as Nigerians everywhere they go. That's why Nigerians are making wave in the United States right now. The most read, the most paid in the United States of America, more than the average American. I mean, they are in every sphere of American structure, society structure. So the issue is not we're overrating them. We are trying to say that those who have been suppressed over 400 years, they're coming up to be the vice president. Their forefathers were punished, but no longer to be punished. That's the point we're making, and it's happening.
Well, Doc, I will say that it has been happening. The fact is that the African Americans has not been living up to it as a collective body. Remember that the first American chief of staff was Colin Powell, an African American. First, now we have another one that is coming up now. The first defense chief of defense minister or state secretary of state for defense. An African American. So he has started long time. Remember Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice is African American, has been in Secretary of State for America before.
So we're living the dream of Martin Luther King. We're living the dream of Martin Luther King when he says, "I will wait for that. I dream for that moment when the character of everyone will be what will make him take the highest position. It's the character, not the color." And that is the dream we want everybody to live.
Well, if you say it's the character, then that is fair. But when people are classifying it as color, agenda, race, which is what the Black Lives Matter is doing, which is what the Black Lives Matter has brought about in the last 4 years now. So we have to be careful the way we project this image and the character, and in terms of color and race, we have to be careful, because if you have if you have a Black American produce a president in the last 8 years, and now a Black American is producing a vice president, then those who classify themselves as Black African Americans should not underestimate themselves by turning themselves on the street as Black Lives Matters, because then they have gotten to the highest point. They have produced people who should be able to change the policy dynamics that affects the Black Americans of African Americans in the present generation. So they shouldn't come on the street and be shouting Black Lives Matters if they have a president for 8 years. If they have a vice president in the next 8 years, then we should be able to see a renewed African American mentality, African American model ratio profiling in the next 8 years. We shouldn't be saying, people saying, oh, we are still be underestimated, we are still be we are living under a slavery context generation. You cannot.
Okay. We have to move on. We have to move on. We have to move on because I don't want to take you to the analysis of. Okay, hold on, Gustin. I don't want to take you to the analysis of 6th January. The people behind it, these supremacist ideas and the rest. And if you want to know, is that the ethnic groupings, they are taking over. And I just don't want to go into the rest of it because it will take some time. We have other things to do today. But while living, can we have that picture of Kamala and Joe Biden again? Because I'm going to change the subject in a moment. They look wonderful, isn't it? We at You Decide, we wish them very well. Wonderful couple that will lead the greatest nation on earth in the next 4 years. We wish them very well. We pray God to be with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We shall all be watching their inauguration in the next few hours. And we hope everything that has been wronged in the last administration, they will be able to correct it. And more importantly, that the divide between the left and the right in America will diffuse, and we'll hope to see a normal American society again. Thank you very much, Donald Trump, and welcome Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. On that note, I want to go over to Nigeria.
May I say congratulatory message? May I say congratulatory message to the Jamaicans and the Indians for producing a colored vice president. People refuse to accept the fact and refuse to congratulate the blood that produced the vice president. The Jamaican and the Indian, they produced that lady. They must be recognized. They must be appreciated. They must be acknowledged because they produced that woman.
Okay, thank you very much. The way Nigerians are taking it, we think Kamala's father was from Nigeria. That's the way Nigerians. Also, when Nigeria married, actually her niece, not even her sister. Anyway, we have to move on to Nigeria. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has given us in the United Kingdom a new Nigerian High Commissioner, and his name is Alhaji Chief Sharafa Tunji Ishola. And Nat, the man looks very regal and very handsome, and he has a good pedigree. Nat, give us his background so that many Nigerians watching, and indeed everyone watching, will get to know the new Nigerian High Commissioner. Nat.
Let's join our hearts and our hands as we welcome the new Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. He's been in politics for quite some time. His school here in the UK, he did a HND program in marketing. And he's been in politics in Nigeria for quite a while, right from the time since the military handed over in 1999. He's from Ogun State. Initially, I thought he was from Oyo State, but he's from Ogun State. He's worked very closely with late Martin Kuye, who was a minister at one time. The new High Commissioner, he was also a minister under the regime of late Umaru Yar'Adua. He was a minister of power and minds, and he's been a very radiant and very active politician in Ogun State. He has engaged with the prominent politicians, even Benga Daniels, Shogun Oshoba, and the president, Dr. Abiodun. They have worked together. And so we look forward to, because of his background, we look forward to a very successful tenure in the United Kingdom.
Thank you. Mazi, do you want to welcome the new Nigerian High Commissioner, Alaji Sharafa Ishola?
Well, thank you, Doc. I will want to use this opportunity on behalf of myself and on behalf of Nigerians in the diasporal organization in Europe as the welfare officer to welcome our new High Commissioner to the Court of St. James here in the United Kingdom, Alaji Sharafat Ishola. I look at him in this picture, he looks very young and looks very promising. Very young and promising, I think. And I can see the starlight behind his photo shot, and I think he's going to be a star in the UK when he comes. Having lived here and worked and schooled here, I'm sure he has a good good background of what UK is all about. And having been in Nigerian politics for the last 20 years, I'm sure he understands that UK is the center point of Nigerian foreign policy in the world. And the UK is a very significant country within the Nigerian foreign relations and in the Commonwealth, in the aligned movement, and in the global look. And so he has a lot.
Okay, we look forward to meeting him.
We welcome him greatly. We hope and we look forward to working with him. We look forward to engaging with him as a community to ensure that the community are appreciative of what he's bringing to the table and are willing to support whatever he wants to do in the UK to a greater success. Welcome you, Chief Alaji Sharafat Ishola, to the United Kingdom.
Okay, thank you very much. We were told a few days ago that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria said Nigeria is now in a better position than it was 5 years ago. And the social media have gone haywire. We want to look at this from a bit of scientific analysis rather than just rushing at it and nullifying it or accepting it. But let me ask our in-house researcher, please bring us to that position where Buhari said Nigeria is in a better living position now compared with 5 years ago. Nat.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Johnson. That statement was made by Muhammadu Buhari, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, sometime last week, when the executive secretary of Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission visited the president in the villa, and the president told that commission, and by implication told Nigerians and the whole world that Nigeria as a country is better in 2021 than it was 5 or 6 years ago. And what the president was simply doing was periodizing the time of the last administration, which was the PDP administration up to May 29, 2015. And when he took over in 2015, May 29, till date, 2021, This is a statement, and people, individuals who have been alive and have seen, have felt, and have been affected what the governance, the style of those two presidents. They are free to judge if they want to, but it has to be very objective, no political bias, no other inclinations. But for a simple fact comparison, fact findings, or fact analysis of what has happened in the last 6 years, let's even say 5 years when Buhari took over, the following figures speak for themselves. And even before then, when the APC government was coming into power in May 2015, they told Nigerians that the exchange rate of the dollar to the naira will be 1-to-1. $1, £1. £1, $1. He said corruption will be wiped out. He said insecurity will end in 3 months or later 6 months. He said the economy of the country, everybody will be secured, everybody will be protected. Boko Haram will be defeated in 3 months or thereabout. Now we want to ask ourselves, what has the Nigerian seen, especially when you compare to the involvement, the participation of the common man. When I mean common man, people in the rural area, and especially majority of people in the urban centers, how have they fared? How is their life? Has anything improved in the quality of their life? So we have these figures which we can look at quickly. The indexes provide as follows, that our debt profile is now 17.5%. Our debt, not debt profile. Inflation, the inflation rate is 17.75. And we know that once inflation rate is more than a single digit, there is a serious problem. Our debt profile, we are now using our revenue and income to pay debt, and this regime have continued to accumulate debt. We are seeing almost $31 billion debt Nigeria owing. And then the GDP of Nigeria in 2014 was $546. Now the GDP in 2020 is 250. So the value has gone down almost 50%. The insecurity, the Boko Haram, they're everywhere. The bandits are everywhere. People can no longer travel by road, even by train. And these are signs of national disaster looming large. And so I don't know exactly what the president had in mind when he said.
So you have not agreed with Mr. President?
I'm not agreeing, not at all. Even as a layman, not at all.
Okay.
That was cheap political talk.
All right, let's see whether Mazi will agree. Godson, you have heard what Nat said, and you've heard Mr. President. What's your position?
Thank you, Doc. I think I do want to align with my very good and respected colleague, Ambassador Nat Nyako, for saying that he do not agree with that. Will I call it sarcastic statement by Mr. President, on understatement by His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by tending to classify that Nigeria, I don't know whether Nigeria as an abstract nation or Nigeria as humans are better off in 2021 than they were in 2015 or 14. I don't know which context of his classification, but if it is in general contestation of Nigeria as a whole, Nigeria as an entity, which comprises the abstract nation of Nigeria and its people, then I would say that there is something wrong from those who gave him the analysis or gave him that quantum belief that Nigeria is better off. Because statistics are there to prove that things have gone nose down, or a lot has gone nose down in the system, in the abstract nation called Nigeria, and among its human encompassment. Because the standard of living today in Nigeria is still classified as the poorest in the world. And I don't know if that statistic has ever changed up to date. The level of infrastructural development in Nigeria as of today is still very, very poor. I don't know if that has improved in 2 months, in 1 month. When in a country of a population of 2.4 million, I say 204 million or so people, and in a modern society, in an advanced technological world, we are still running a one gauge rail line infrastructure with a locomotive train, not even powered, not even renewable energy powered train, not even an electric powered train. In an era of digital economy, digital infrastructure, we are still running man-powered train with one gauge. And you say we are better off when smaller countries like even Kenya, Ethiopia are running up to 2-3 gauge rail lines with modern train line, with modern electric powered, renewable powered energy trains. And we are talking about better off in a country where we still have universities where you have one professor with a full recognized PhD holding running a university in Nigeria, and we say we are better off than 5 years ago. A country where some states are still laboring to pay people 18,000 naira, which is less than even a pound a month, and we say we're still better off. A state where we are borrowed more than we ought to have, we can repay in 5 years, and we say we're better off. I don't know where they get the analysis or statistics of being better off, because when you say somebody is better off, that means you spend and you have some change to keep for rainy days. Nigeria today does not have change for rainy days. We do not have.
So you are not agreeing with Mr. President.
We do not even have a penny for rainy days. We are hoping and believing in borrowing to survive. And the country cannot say that they are better off.
Let us listen to this woman. She's a professor at the University of Benin, I am told. And she has something to tell the president. Let's have this woman, Professor Omorogos, tell her, I understand is her name, but this is what she has recorded for Mr. President.
Hello, good evening, Nigerians, and good evening, the whole world, or good day to you. I've been trying to receive I had to, for some reasons. It has been bothering my mind, and the reason why I decided to make this video is because of what is going on in the country. the question I want to ask this evening is, what exactly does the Buhari government need from Nigerians? What exactly do they want us to do? Should we cut our flesh and put in the pot for them to eat? Why do I say that? Since Buhari came into power, it has been from one difficulty to another. People may shy away from the truth, but how long can we pretend that we are suffering? How long can we pretend that life has not been palatable for us since the inception of Buhari government? I agree that we had difficulties in Jonathan's time, but we have times 10 of these difficulties now in Buhari's time. Let me start with the case of insecurity in the country. It's as if it has become a norm, something that we have to now live with. To live with insecurity, to live with one eye opened. When you are sleeping, you sleep with one eye opened, if not for both eyes opened. We are so scared to travel on the road. When you want to travel, you first of all start fasting for 1 week, prior to your journey. And then when you're on the road, you just prepare for anything. You don't know whether you get to your destination. You don't know whether you'll be kidnapped. You don't know whether you'll be robbed. The roads are not safe. And how long can we continue like this? Now, what even bothered me most is this second wave of this COVID-19. If at all there is COVID-19, the second wave of COVID-19, we are saying that they should shut down religious centers. You are saying that schools should not open. You are saying that there should be no gathering of more than 10 people or more than 100 people. Meanwhile, you are forcing Nigerians to go and do NIN, to go and do national identification. And when I see the pictures of people in National Identification Center, I in fact, I wonder whether our government or our government officials watch television at all. You are saying that we should keep social distancing. We should be careful with COVID-19. Meanwhile, you are putting policies in place that will further propagate and spread COVID-19. Let me give you an example of the NIN center in Uniben. People sleep at the center so that it can get to their turn in the morning. And we're not talking about 500. We're not talking about 1,000 people at the same time. How possible? You can imagine if somebody has COVID, only one person has COVID. In that crowd that I see every day on TV, that I see every day on social media, if one person has COVID among them, that means all of us will automatically have. What necessitated it this morning this evening is because this morning I received text message from both Airtel and MTN that I will be disconnected if I don't bring my NIN. In the first place, when they started national identification, we did. Up till now, we couldn't trace our card. We couldn't trace our number. They didn't send to us. Now you are forcing me to go and join the crowd, to go and register for NIN, so that you can make all of us die of COVID-19, because you have been looking for ways to kill Nigerians. Nigerians should cry out and let government look into it. You cannot send us to our early graves. You are sending us to the crowd, knowing fully well that the weather is not clear. You don't have facilities to curtail COVID-19. Meanwhile, you are forcing us to go and register for NIN in a crowd. That is one aspect. The second aspect I want to address this evening is what the government is actually thinking by reneging on their agreement with ASU. I'm proudly a lecturer, and I'm saying today that, look, enough is enough. Enough of this nonsense that, university education is the highest education in the whole world, and then you make an agreement with workers, you renege on your agreement, and you think your workers will be happy with you. It is very wrong. This strike that ASU went on this last time was necessitated by the reneging of government on the agreement they made with ASU since 2009. And now, by 11 years later, this is the 12th year, you have still not done it. Then after 9 months of keeping students at home, you wasted one session of Nigerian public university students. You wasted that one session. 9 months. You did not pay lecturers. 9 months of suffering, 9 months of deprivation. You pleaded with lecturers to call off their strike. You said you were going to pay them by 31st of December. You said you were going to pay them by 31st of December. What is today's date now? This is a new year already. And government just paid 2 months. And the 2 months salary they paid out of the 8 months they were owing us were not even part. They were not even part of what ASU demanded for. Let me tell you, I know that the whole world has been watching what is going on in America. If people who were of the same party or who are of the same party with Donald Trump could say, no, what you did is wrong and it should be corrected, I don't see any reasons why Nigerian politicians, why Nigerian imams, why Nigerian pastors, why Nigerian civil rights society, why Nigerians all together cannot call on federal government to answer ASU, cannot call on federal government to pay us our salaries. Let me tell you how it is and how it feels. Because I think that we are not being one another's keeper. These people that you see their salary for 6 months, if for 8 months you pay 2 months, remaining 6 months, these people you see their salaries have children. They have children going to schools. They have children going to secondary and primary schools. They have house rent to pay. They have school fees to pay. They have families to feed. Now you are not paying them their money. And you are busy eating our money, our hard-earned sweat, our tax. The money you stole from public funds, you are eating it. You are using it to send your children abroad. You are using it to buy things, and you are laughing at us, saying that you have made plans that ASU can never go on strike, and you think it will be well with you. It will not be well with you. Say it, quote me anywhere, post this video anywhere. It will not be well with you. Therefore, as many Nigerians who know about our plight, and you are also not joining us, it is very, very unfair. Let me give you an example. These lecturers are members of churches. These lecturers are members of mosque. I've not heard any pastor. I've not heard any pastor begging the federal government to pay us our money. I've not heard any imam begging federal government to pay our money or calling on federal government to pay our salaries. Meanwhile, we belong to churches. We belong to places where we pay our tithe. We belong to people that we help. As I'm talking this morning, this evening, I'm crying. I'm crying because it is time again for me to pay my children's school fees. It is time for me to pay house rent. And federal government has refused to pay me my money just because you want to force us to bow to what you know is evil. Those who signed into IPs are crying already that all is calm. What does Buhari government need from us? Ngege, what do you need from us? Ngige, what do you need from us? I'm asking you, for all South ministers, for all South politicians who are there in Senate, you are there in the House of Representatives, and you cannot speak for the common masses, you cannot speak for Nigerians, you cannot put policies in place that we alleviate poverty in this country, that will help us to live a better life. It will not be well with you people. For everyone who has contributed to sufferings of Nigeria, not only for ASU, but for all Nigerians, you make life difficult for us by the day. We pay a high electricity tariff. We are not safe in our houses. We are not safe in our homes. We are not safe on the road. We don't know where to turn to. We are owing here and there. And then you are spending public funds. You are spending our money, wasting Nigerian money. You think it will be well. It will not be well with you. And so by this video I'm making this evening, I'm calling on all Nigerians. I'm calling on all Nigerians. Look, let me tell you, it may be our turn as ASU to suffer today. It may be our turn to suffer today. It will be your turn tomorrow. You don't know who is who. We are dealing with a very dangerous government, and that is just the truth. This government is trying to push us, provoke us, so that they can kill us the way they killed the Lekki protesters in October. You are trying to push us by all means. And I heard that the university workers want to protest on Tuesday. You are looking for people's fathers to kill, people's mothers to kill. And you think you will go scot-free from God. Our God will not put us to shame. Our God will not put us to shame. I want to plead with us this evening. Let all of us be very careful. This government is planning to destroy Nigeria. I talked about two things this evening. One, about this NIN registration, that they are throwing us into crowd to go and register without making alternative arrangements for us to do. Now the whole world is doing things online. You can stay in the comfort of your room and do things online. I don't see any reason why they cannot make provision for people to register NIN online. I do not see any reason why they will make all of us to want to go and queue under the sun in the midst of this COVID-19. If you want to take my number, MTN and Airtel, if you want to block my number, block it fast. Block if I cannot risk my life. I cannot risk my health when I'm not even sure of healthcare in the country. I cannot risk my life all in the name of NIN, because I want to sustain and I want to retain my line. I will not do it. And so media houses, don't be afraid. Let me tell you, media is actually a means of saving the masses. Media houses are supposed to be the voice of the people. Now we are all afraid to speak because NBC says this, NBC says that. It is very, very wrong. We need to speak, be the voices of the people. Media houses, I'm pleading with us this evening, be the voices of the people. Nigerians are suffering. There is too much pain in Nigeria. And lastly, let me talk about this lockdown. You people are saying you want to lock down the country. Una dey like to dey copy Western world. Una no dey like to copy the good things wey Western world dey put in place. Una wan copy democracy. Me one, I no know wetin they call democracy. You want to lock down Nigeria. You are thinking of second lockdown. The first lockdown, wey una lockdown, the food wey they say make una give people, una agree give people. Una agree give people. Una wan lockdown. Una never. If una want, before una go lockdown, una go each house. Una go each domot. Una go drop food wey go last the period wey una go lockdown before una think of stupid lockdown wey una wan lockdown. Una wan lockdown Nigeria. The one wey una lockdown before. Some of the warehouses we never still see am wey be say garri go don spoil finish, indomie go don spoil finish. Fear no go let una go there, and fear no go let una dash Nigerians food chop. So before una go think of locking down Nigeria, make una do wetin other countries dey do for the country. For US, for America, I hear say the government they pay each of the citizens $600. $600 now about 300,000 naira. They pay them $300. They will pay them for every month. They go pay them 300,000 naira each individual. Even if na baby where they born today, they go pay them $300 for COVID-19 inconveniences. Meanwhile, you want lock down Nigeria. The one where you owe, workers where you owe, you never pay them. You say you want lock down Nigeria. Now God now go punish all of una children. Wanna go hide for abroad. Wanna go hide una children for abroad, make Nigerians they suffer. We vote for una finish. Una can't they suffer us by all means. Una can't take and they brag for television, say nothing we fit do. Fungi get to come out for television, they talk say nothing else we fit do. Now God go punish in children. In the name of Jesus. Which kind of nonsense country be this one? Which kind of nonsense country be this one? You know, even better make person dey for prison than the one who na dey take person they do so. A whole professor na go reduce them to turning in motor to taxi. Because say una dey for government. How many of una get PhD for that una stupid government? What kind of yeye government is this one? You want us to go and register for national identification. You inside this COVID-19. You put people for inside crowd. You don't make any arrangement for social distancing. You don't make any arrangement to disinfect the places. You don't make any arrangement for anything. Meanwhile, all of una wey they get COVID-19 now go register for VIP place according to Alibaba. Who not get money, he go just die through away for in house. People are dying by the day. Una know they tell Nigerians the truth. Una they hide the truth. Still they send us, they go our early grade. Now God go punish una. I bet make una pay me my salary. Make una pay me my salary. It is not a crime to be a Nigerian. Not be crime to be Nigeria. I dey talk am. I no want regret say I be Nigerian. But una they want make I regret by all means I be Nigerian. For those of us we no gree travel abroad, where they wait, where we they hope say one day Nigeria go better, not one day Nigeria go better. Not be say we don't know how to take come out. But we just feel say all of us go abroad. Who go repair Nigeria? Now make us stay there. If not be say I not get qualification to take waka come out for this yeye country where una don't turn our country to. Una don't make us laughing stock for the whole world. Who see us now go they look down on us say we don't know what we they do. Who see us they go say intellectuals don't know what they do. Say if intellectuals not fit talk, we don't know what we did. What kind of country is that? And so Nigerians, please stop keeping quiet. In fact, let me tell you, the silence of Nigeria is actually annoying me this evening. We are suffering, we are keeping quiet. We are saying that it's not our business. Because Boko Haram has not come to bomb your compound. Because Fulani herdsmen have not kidnapped and raped your sister or your brother. That is why you are keeping quiet. What are we keeping quiet for? Why are we keeping quiet? I'm not saying that you should go to the streets. You can use every form of medium to speak your mind. Let it be on the pages of newspaper that Nigerians are angry, Nigerians are tired of this government, wickedness of this government.
Well, that is a reply to President Buhari saying that Nigeria is better now than 5 years ago. Time has gone, but I'm just going to allow my colleagues to react 1 minute each to this position of this professor. Nat, let me start with you. What's your take on this woman's position?
You know, I didn't see the video. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. But you've seen it before now.
Which
the professor woman who spoke out against the injustice and lack of payment of salaries to academics in Nigeria.
No, I haven't.
So you've not seen that one. Let me ask Godson if Godson saw it. Godson, did you watch that video?
Yeah, I watched it. I think I've seen it before, but just for correctional purpose, I think the video went so long and the length of it lost the vital value of the message she's sending. I mean, we should be able to cut to the message that we are looking for. And she really made the message earlier in the video, and we should have just reacted to that message as quickly as possible. And then allowing I think she made her case, and it's not a new case. It has been there, the case between ASU and the government, and the way the government's been reacting to ASU. It has been like that for ages, so it's not a new thing. But the most important thing here is her view also challenges what the president says, that Nigerians are better off 2020-21.
Okay. What will be your last statement for this program?
My last statement will be that I wish Joe Biden and Harry a new stay in office in the next 4 years, promoting the new face of American going around the world. And I want the African Americans to be careful the way they project the interests of the African American in government and in politics, in order to be able to have that mutual respect that is expected, and then avoid a renewable clash between color race agenda in America. And also Nigerians should be careful the way they promote things that have a little or nothing in relation to Nigeria as a country, and begin to look inward and promote what they can afford to do to project the real image of Nigeria at home to the world, and not Nigerians in the world to the world. Nigerians at home to promote Nigeria.
Does that include Biafra for Trump as well?
Biafra is not a nation. Biafra is a movement. I do not classify Biafra as a nation.
I'm just asking that what your suggestion should be Biafra for Trump
Biafra
as well.
can do whatever they want to do as a movement, say whatever they want to say as a movement, but they do not.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to align with what you are saying.
I'm talking about Nigeria. Nigeria is a nation, is an entity, and if Nigeria is going to project itself, it should project itself from home. Project in my adage, there's a saying that says, your beauty starts from home. You do not go outside.
That's what we can do. That's what we can do. Nat, you have something to say in 10 seconds.
Well, the thing in 10 seconds is that we need democratic leadership in Nigeria. We don't have that at the moment.
All right. I just have to thank you on that one, gentlemen. It's been wonderful 2 hours, and we'll come back next Wednesday. bringing the latest. Like I promised, we'll try and bring experts to come and tell us about vaccination, the right and wrong of it all. My name is Segun Johnson. You've been watching Ben Television.